support, that is how every Biafran should support it. So I'm still here to hear what we have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother Olusegun, and you are very welcome, my brother Prof. Idudu Oviemuno. Let me quickly go to our brother Olayemi Koiki. According to what you just said, Olusegun, you said you were talking about the Mayetiala Vigilante Group and the ESN and the Amotekun in the Oduduwa land. So, Mr. Koiki, what do you see anything different within Mayetiala? Don't let me go to Mayetiala for now. Do you see anything different within Amotekun and the Eastern Security Network in Nigeria? Do you see anything different from these security outfits? Yeah, but before I will go to one of my comrades, I want you to clear there are some issues because we believe that Amotekun is existing, and I saw some kind of job that your media house have been doing, which is called Media House, whereby the grassroots report coming out from I think there's a new video that you just posted that your media just posted, whereby we saw people, women and a man also, whereby they chased them out of their farm. So I was like, what Amotekun is doing, and all these people are still, in the community, ravaging every community, killing people and destroying their farm and their crops. So I want you to quickly address that video and what Amotekun has done about it, or is there anything, are we not doing anything about it? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Let me quickly go to my brother. If you do Vienna, please. We would like to, just try to be touching this thing one after the other, so that we can be able to, because we are limited with time. So that we should be able to touch the things that is important. And as you're doing so, callers, the number for you to call is on the screen already. You can kindly call the number and ask your questions or make your valuable contribution. So as the program is going, if we have any caller, we will be interrupted so that we can hear from the caller, because they do say we don't pick up on this program, that we don't pick calls. So we want to change the story this time. So quickly, my brother do you have anything to say with what our brother Koiki Media have been said so far? I've been saying so far. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Isoko Wado, Biafra Wado, Oduduwa Wado. My sincere greeting to all the Oduduwas out there, and of course my Biafrans. My names are Idudu Oviemuno. I'm an Isoko speaking Biafran from Delta State, from the Warri houses. I would like you to also give me a little platform to, throw some questions to Olise, because I believe you will be more diplomatic in that aspect that I wanted you to say something about. You were, when he was saying, he said something concerning the Delta State, why some people are ignorantly saying that they are not Biafran, which of course they are just doing themselves no good. First of all, I would like to acknowledge our brother who is with us, the person of Olayomi. It's a privilege to have you here. I'm really, impressed with your efforts all through. Thank you very much once again to be in our midst. During the time of Biafra and Nigerian war, Biafra-Nigeria genocide, or the genocide, carried against Biafrans. When the war was going on, do you know that some thieves, some foreign thieves, they were in Delta State, they were sucking oil from Okpa. Biafra in Delta State, they were sucking oil, and they were being arrested by Ojukwu, and his when team. The war was going on, the Biafra armies, they arrest us. It was comprising of different ethnicity from the foreign land, from German, England, whatever. It was even the Pope, and they were being arrested by that, solicited for their release. The Biafra armies. It was the Pope that solicited for their release, and they were released legally from the foreign land, legally under the command of. It was even the Pope under the instruction of the government of Biafra. Release. So when you are saying that Delta State was not Biafra and they were released legally of Ojukwu, legally under the command of taking oil from Biafra land illegally under the instruction of the government of Biafra. So when you are saying that Delta State is not Biafra and during that time the army of Ojukwu are arrested, those people were taking oil from Biafra land illegally. So yeah, thank you very much. So let me just cut it quite short, So that is what I'm trying to say in essence. Like when you
rather advise him to move out and rejoin the program again. So go ahead.
So yeah, thank you very much. So let me just cut it quite short, So that is what I'm trying to say in essence. Like when you are saying that you are not a Biafran, you are from Delta State, you are just doing yourself a big harm. You are just, pushing yourself behind. And then talking about the issue of security, Olaimi Kwiki have really touched it. I've said it all. You all have really touched it. You just done justice to it. Just that the security outfit, put together by the Yorubas, the Amatokun, it's like Olaimi said. It's like it's becoming a political, tool. It's no more for the people. It's no more for the people. Still here, Fulani Esme are still having their way through. The other day, like he said, a king was killed in the Yoruba land, which a retaliation is supposed to be put in place. But now we are yet to see any kind of retaliation or any kind of revenge. If this kind of situation is being taking place in the Arewa place, maybe a Fulani man is being killed, they will wipe away everybody that is there. If you are Oduduwa, you are Biafra, they will wipe everybody out. They will wipe everybody out. So I believe the coming of ESN is the doing of Almighty God Himself, and ESN is here to stay. And if you are a hater of Biafra, if you like you love Biafra, you have to support this ESN. It's here to safeguard you, to protect everybody. Like we said, we eat, to sustain a living. We don't live to eat. I don't want to misquote myself, but that one thing to say in essence that the ESN is here to protect our agriculture because our women can no longer go to farm. I will see on daily basis, Sahara Reporter will be posting. Now people are paying Fulani herdsmen, bandits, about 3 million to allow them to harvest their crops. We can't take that rubbish from them in the east too, because if they come to disturb us while we harvest our crops, we are going to also retaliate. So let me not take too much of our time. I would like to give the microphone to Lisa a little bit. Please permit me to talk on the issue of what transpired during the Biafran War in Delta State, which we came from. What transpired, if he knows more about it. Thank you very much.
Okay, Olisa, unmute yourself and respond to that, please.
Yeah, thank you. I think, Dudu, I want to personally wish you Merry Christmas. We've not compliment of the season. That should be the right word to use. Compliment of the season, brother. You're welcome to the program again. And like what you have said, I know I have been following and even commenting on the comment section as we are talking, because I noticed some ignorant people, or should I say, some enemies of Biafra using fake account to say what they don't know, or rather trying to exhibit their ignorance publicly. It is not far-fetched from what you have just said. We had our brother, we still have him in the program until he joins us back. I think we still have him on Ajite. We still have Yemi. Good. Yemi is from the West. And most people might want to say they are Niger Delta or South-South. But the divide is clear. The divide is clear. There is nothing like Niger Delta. There is nothing like South-South. Just like Yemi's fear is about Omatiku now, anything handled by the handlers of Nigeria will be politicized. Will not only politicize, it will be made to become rubbish, especially when it's supposed to be for the interest of the people. Or when it is in the interest of the few who are running Nigeria, they will allow it to flow. So that is the situation we are facing now. I want to talk a little bit about this,
to Asaba massacre
Nigerian Biafra situation
as
like
a
my
means
brother
to
wanted
call
talk about.
people's attention
The
to the
Nigerian
fact
Biafra
that
situation during
the
the genocide.
place IBB decided
A
to
lot
call
of
Delta
people
State, or
want
that
to
area they were calling
make
Niger Delta
reference
today,
to
or
Asaba
South
massacre
is Biafra.
as a means to
The
call
main reason you will
people's
know that it is
attention to the
Biafra is
fact
because
that
if you go and look at
the place
the movement
IBB
of
decided to call
troops
Delta
during
State,
the
or that
Nigerian
area they were calling
genocide
Niger
on
Delta
Biafrans,
today,
which they
or
call Nigerian
South
Biafran
is
War, I would prefer to even
Main
call it
reason
like
you
that
will know
because
that it is
our
Biafra
fathers
is
fought
because
gallantly.
if you go and look at the movement of
Beyond the
troops during
expectation of the war,
Nigerian
they fought gallantly. So
genocide
if you
on
call it a war,
Biafrans,
it's
which they call
okay.
Nigerian Biafra,
But it was a genocide actually, because it was world powers who were fighting. So what I'm going to say about that is this: the movement of Nigerian troops, the Fulani Command troops, will show that that place they call Niger Delta or South is Biafra land. And that is why ESN, the Eastern Security Network, must operate in Biafra, in the entire Biafra land, entire length and breadth of Biafra land. The Ginger soldier, which is the Fulani-led Nigerian army during the war, did not bombard Ore. They did not bombard Ore, for Christ's sake. Do you know what they did in Benin? It was search and kill. It was not a conventional war. But they knew that Igodomigodo is Biafra land. That was why, and they knew the politics of Igodomigodo and Benin Kingdom. And they knew those who were Yorubas and those who were Biafrans. And they were doing search and kill in that place. For. But I tell you that is the reason why today sincere people like Yomi are questioning the activities of Amatoku. Just recently, when ESN was inaugurated by our leader, our supreme leader, Maznan Dekano, and supported by the entire IBOB family in the world, what did the Fulani do? The same Fulani herdsmen that are ruling Nigeria, who were asking our political leaders to give them Ruga, which is give them a parcel of our land, are now saying that it's time to send them back to wherever they came from because they saw ESN. But since Amatoku came out, have you not been hearing bombing? In fact, after the first bombing, that bombing that evaporated schools and school children, Matiala, go and look at Matiala press release when they were challenging Amatoku to secure Yoruba land. These are facts and figures, verifiable facts. Go and look at Matiala's, what they call them, the Congress of the North, or what they call this Northern Youth Congress. Check all their press conference, press statement on the bombing that took place, that bombing that evaporated school children. I'm giving you clue now. I don't want to give you the entire this. I'm giving you clue. If you want to make investigation, you make investigation. So if people like Yomi, sincere people like Yomi, are suspecting the activities of Amatoku as not actually representing the interests of the people, then their fears must be something you must take into consideration. Because these same zoo politicians, Nigeria called zoo politicians, those ones serving the Fulani interest, who swore to protect the useless constitution that was borrowed from colonialists up to when it becomes a decree and up to the dates. The same constitution that the South, the West, And the middle belt has given the Fulani who are protecting the constitution, who made the decree that they turned into a constitution, 90 days to abolish. And some people are running around preparing for 2023. You don't know the mess you are into as a Nigerian. So let me quickly say this. Every member of every citizen of Biafra land, whether you agree with IBOB or not, the entire letter bred the south and the east of that contraption called Nigeria, that failed British experiment called Nigeria. If you are from there, you must support ESN. It is not longer a question. If you go against, then you are a threat. And you know what happens to threats. That is what's going to happen. We are not need to talk much. This time is no longer time for talking. So we are only coming here to make this analysis, to educate, and to reorientate some of our people who have been, who the Nigerian state used ignorance and poverty to disorientate. So far so good. I also want to say that if ESN is not, let me make a correction. One is like a private company and the other one is like a government-owned company. He is actually right, but I want to correct an impression that might be created in some persons who are less educated or ill-educated or illiterate ones or some ignorant ones might think that ESN is not legal. It is legal. The first thing I will ask you, is self-defense a natural right? If you say yes, then ESN is legal. Is self-defense an international right asserted to by the useless contraption called Nigeria? If your answer is yes, then ESN is legal. It is not a private business. It's not under the kind of like from people who want to think. It's not under the kind of security. It covers the old eastern region, that place that was amalgamated with the north and the west to make Nigeria. That holy land that was amalgamated with the north and the west to make Nigeria. That holy land they call Biafra, the entire length and breadth of it, that is where it covers, and the operation has resumed in NS. And results are starting to come in, ranging from the handlers of Aso Rock, who are now saying they will no longer allow the terrorist Fulani men to roam about. These were people who were holding our politicians to the neck to give them parcels of land, and they called it Ruga. But today, their music have changed. So we are here to take calls. There was somebody I would also like to, I would naturally want to respond to him here, since I've responded to him on the comment section and found out that he's here to exhibit his ignorance. One Tony, or what they call him, is there claiming that Niger Delta was declared before Biafra and that he should go and make his research. Those are the online activists that are paid for subscription in the zoo to come and say lies on what we are doing. But we will expose them, because the truth can never be changed. It's constant. You can go heaven and earth and come back, you will see. Biafra land, that holy land of Biafra, even is as old as time itself. It's older than Nigeria itself. Not to talk about Niger Delta that started yesterday. So if Biafra land is older than Nigeria, I don't know the creation or how you came about your Niger Delta. It should be even when, you know, some people like that will argue that that people like us who IBB called Delta State are Midwesterners. I will ask them to go and do geography again. You know, because there is real difference between natural geographical boundaries and gerrymandering boundaries that were gerrymandered, that were created, artificial boundary, let me call it that way, so that people will understand, that were created for the purpose of creating a state and for the purpose of state coercion. Like some Ndokwa community today are in River State. Ndokwa speaking, Okwane speaking communities and Indoshimiri speaking communities are in River State. Some of them are in Edo State, according to the Nigerian stupid creation. Why did they do that? So that they will divide us, so that they will make us confused. We don't know who we are anymore. So we begin to call ourselves Midwest, as if our forefathers know what they call Midwest before the English language came into our land through colonialism and all the religious things they brought for us. Some people will say, I'm a proud Midwesterner. You are a colonial Midwesterner. You are a colonial boy. That's what you are. Colon mentality.
Well, of course, you're right.
Yeah. Because if you ask them, they say the first creators in the Midwest, the first creator who were before me were me. Who create you? Okay, if we want to talk about who create you, let us be going back. Okay, after that one, before they create you Midwest, who were you? Then I will not take you back and back and back until you realize who you are. Because in this struggle, we are not here to beg anybody. We only tell you our position. We tell you what we are about to do and why we are doing it. If your reasoning is superior, we abandon it and follow your reasoning. Come with superior reasoning. They said Europe is developed. It's a developed country. It is because people stood by reason other than mediocrity and religion. People stood, you want to solve a problem, a community problem, that is how our father were before they created Nigeria. We meet at the Obiogwa. We discuss community issues at the Obiogwa. That is how Biafra will be. That is how Ndokwa will become again when Biafra come. I've told them that all these ones rushing to do their local government election, you are wasting your time. Biafra is already here. Rushing to do Nigeria local government election and Nigeria 2023 election, that's what you are waiting for. You are wasting your time because we are going to go back to who we were before Nigeria was created. The traditional stools, that is why these politicians, we are not consulting them. That is why some of them say, who do you consult? Who do you consult? You say, we'll be Niger Delta, we'll be South. You they see your Peking, they talk about Biafra, you they ask and you they ask now the kind of way you consult. You are a fool. Who won't consult you? You just say we'll be Zoo Nigerian people. And they will be a warrant chief, people where they find they will give warrant chief. We are sons of the soil, daughters of Ndimwala. You can't push us in around. Go and hold your local government election in Delta State. Go and do all your stupid things you are going to do. We are watching you. Because time, it is over for you people. I will continue to tell them. Just recently, some of them will argue that ESN is an operation in Delta State. What about the Kowa Hawk? Ask him who is the chairman of the Kowa Hawk, Fulani man. Who are you fighting against? Fulani S-men. How can you carry Fulani man, the commissioner of police Delta State, to come and become the chairman of, okay, because you put one traditional law, whether old one of you come off for your house, go inside bush, go check what the Fulani they do, as special where go, as how do we put it, to support the commissioner as our representative. You are mad, Okowa. I used to respect you, but for what we have done these days, you are mad. But we are here to correct all your madness and bring you back to the fold if you agree. But if you don't, to kick you out. It's no longer business as usual. It's no longer business as usual. I would like some of the callers to begin to call in. If you have anything you want to ask or say about ESN operation in coastal region of Biafra land, where today is called Delta State, River State, what they call them again, Akwa Ibom State. Sometimes they go even call out their state puts as Niger Delta, you know. You remember, even in most states, when they are confused. When they are fucking confused. That is why they will call me Delta Igbo, because I'm from Anioma. When they are confused, they will forget that they've told me that Delta is not Biafra. When they forget that they've told me that Delta is not Biafra, they will call me Delta Igbo. God will punish them. Oh, hey, Biafra, my brother. I'm here with you. We must continue.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Thank you very much, Olise Donald. And I think our brother is having some kind of technical network problem because he came in but is unable to join the program. And I believe he's still trying to come in. And as we are proceeding, fellow Biafrans, our Oduduwa brothers, kindly keep on sharing this program. It is very, very important. We are here for you today. And you can start calling in the number to call for this program. You can start calling in so we don't hear that, oh, Herald of Coastal Biafra. Of course, we have a lot of important things to discuss. That all normally take our time. but we are given the opportunity whereby you can call in and make a contribution or ask questions. So the number to call is +491 521 018 7126 +491 521 018 7126. So once you call, or pick call, and you can make your contribution. And normally there is this kind of belief, which I believe the zoo are now coming to the reality that now the Oduduwa, the bomb within the Oduduwa, just like Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have said, the bomb within the Oduduwa nation and the Biafra nation can never be broken, especially this generation bomb. So we saw where Gaba Shehu was reacting, saying, is it Gaba Shehu or Lyman saying, okay, very good, our brother is back. Mr. Kweki, you're welcome back to the program. So before we forge ahead, asking my brother, you do the question, I think that my brother has struggled with the internet so much. So let me quickly go to you, because we don't know what the internet will say again. So let me quickly go to you, Mr. Kweki Olayomi. We all, understand that the zoo called Nigeria called zoo. So anyhow we can translate it. In Nigeria today, we know that this dictator government, this dictator presidency in Nigeria today will come after the ESN, the Biafra Security Network, the Eastern Security Network, sorry. We believe that they will come after it, because these people will understand that they don't have the idea, and in fact they have been, looking for a way to attack this security outfit. They have been looking for every corner to attack it, coming from here and there, but they don't have something tangible to as excuse, and they understand that the world is watching them, waiting for you to pull the first trigger. And we understand that the zoo will never give up, especially the Fulani Janga with their Fulani mindset. They will surely come for the ESN. And when they come for the ESN, we all understand what this will lead into. We understand what it will lead to. So, and when it leads to it, which is war, they are going to bring it to the Biafra themselves. What do you think, Mr. Olayemi Koiki, with the movement of Oduduwa Republic in this stage? What would be the stand of, what do you think? And because I understand that you are one of the leadership of the Oduduwa movement as we speak. That not because you are only holding the media for the movement, but you are also one of the leadership. So what do you think will be, or what will be the reaction of the Oduduwa if it happens today that the Nigerian government bring war to the ESN, to Biafra at large?
Thank you very much, and it's good to be back again. And I will quickly just explain that for that breaking transmission, it wasn't the internet. I was also trying to make sure that the message was going to all our 11 platforms. So I can speak to you right now. We are streaming to 12 different channels that people are watching, on all our platforms, from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram, and the rest as well. So it's good to be back again. And I had to kind of adjust, the system I was using. But now we're back into the conversation. I mean, the question you ask is, we definitely know, and we have been following some of the information intelligence in terms of what is the government going to do? Are they going to allow ESN to operate, within, the Southeast? Are they just going to look away, or are they going to come, after, those individuals? These are question that I'm sure those at the back end of the ESN are also monitoring as well. I'm sure from a circulation I saw recently, like a memo, from the intelligence of the military that they will be coming after the ESN. The question you then ask is, what are we going to do in terms of, should the federal government, come after the ESN, or what should, I mean, definitely, at some point we might have maybe similar or, close to this kind of security outfit. And that means the federal government will also come after anyone that is about to set up such a kind of a security outfit. What I can say is, this is a game changer. And the federal government knows that. They know the time is coming up. It doesn't matter how many people believe that Nigeria is so big. I mean, 29 years ago, 1991, Soviet Union on December 26 collapsed, and so many countries came out of it. Nigeria will collapse, it will fold up, it's just a matter of something to spark it. And we are waiting for something to spark it as well. Whatever it is, I don't know. Is it going to be the ESN that the military will be coming after that will spark it, from the Yoruba nation? I understand, that we have people that want diplomacy to be part of the reason why we will come out of this, union. But I have said it continuously on my platform, and I'll say it again today, that diplomacy is not going to work. The Fulani are not going to let go. That means they will come after every one of us, whether they are Biafra, Middle Belt, whether they are Yorubas, whether those that even believe in one Nigeria, just like they've killed innocent people in Igbo, and also those that were killed in the Lekki massacre. That killing continue like that as well. So the question is, what should happen? How is this union going to fall apart? I have said it and I'll say it again. We are just waiting for something to spark. And whatever it is, it will definitely fold up this country. The question I'm now going to put out to people that will say, are we prepared for whatever the outcome of these? Let me quickly run through, a video that came up on one of the mainstream media in Nigeria, where this individual was kept in the prison for 7 months for allowing his vehicle to be used to take a patrol of police officer, and he was then eventually blamed for that. That means 7 months in the prison. By the time he came back, he lost his home. He had to relocate back to his village. I believe that is already a war. Let's go back to global terrorism. Now, Nigeria is number 3 out of the global terrorism index, below Iraq and Afghanistan. If you read that, 5 countries out of the 10 countries are currently in war. And I can tell you, Nigeria is one of them. So if anybody is giving us, this impression that, are we ready? Are we prepared for this? Whatever it is that will allow us to come out of Nigeria, I'm sure the time is about now.
Thank you very much. Before I go to my comrade again, please, I want you to quickly answer this question. We are not. This is not interview. Actually, it is rubbing of mind with William Brothers. So, Mr. Olayemi Koiki, how prepared do you think the Oduduwa movement, the Oduduwa nation, are if it happens that civil war break out in Nigeria today?
So can you just take that back just about a few seconds back so that I can pick up the question?
How do you think how is the Oduduwa nation prepared? How prepared are you guys, the Oduduwa movement, and the strategy of that? How do you think you're prepared? How prepared are you if it happens that the civil war break out in Nigeria today, which already you said is already ongoing?
Oh yes, when people say civil war, I want to ask, which of the civil war? Is it the civil war where we have, the highest, internal displaced people? We're already at war. Is it a country that is the capital poverty of the world? We're already at war. So the only thing that people are not seeing is probably maybe dead bodies that are probably lying all over the street, and they think, we're not at war. But I'm telling you, if you go to the mortuary, there are people that have died, and nobody's picking up their corpses. If you go to each of the homes at late night, it's pitch dark. So when we go into whatever the outcome of this, it's just going to be like a normal thing. The only difference is there will now become a humanitarian disaster. that the international community are looking behind and thinking that, these individuals that are shouting on social media, nothing is going to happen. Eventually, when this break apart, somebody said to me, the first thing we should do is, we make sure that the first ever ship that we saw on the sea, we packed them with the people and that. Sorry, because I'm using the.
Okay. Sorry, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, please.
Your audio can't come out loud.
Yeah, Mr. Olayemi, we cannot hear your audio. Your voice is not coming out.
Yeah. Can you take a call while you fix this audio? Can you take a call when you fix the audio?
Olayemi, I think you have to fix the audio. We can't really hear you. On your mic, Onajite.
Yeah, like I said, that probably would happen when the call comes in. There might be a kind of a glitch.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Of course, I can hear you now. So
yeah, so no one should be scared that there will be this kind of a civil war that will lead us to where it will take years and years. I will still go back to Soviet Union, stronger than Nigeria as at the time. This breakup took place 29 years ago. So anyone that was giving birth in 1991 in Soviet Union wouldn't even have understood that there was something like a war. Do you know that everything that took place in the Soviet Union, as at that time, when things were very hot, was about 10 days. But again, I'm sure the international community knows, the danger that would take place if they do not intervene quickly when things get break and loose. At the moment, just like the Biafra are trying to do this peacefully, we are trying to do the same thing peacefully. We continue to monitor the situation, but like I said, Nigeria is just like something that is about to spark, and that spark can happen from one of the most easiest places that you are talking about, the ESN. It could just happen at the motor park and the whole thing will erupt. Over the weekend that just passed on, this weekend, there was a sketch of fight that took place in the southwest in Oshogbo. We have to monitor the whole situation. So that means every time now, we have to monitor everything that is happening. And like I always say to those on ground, intelligent gathering is what we need most now. Civil war is not something that we should be scared of. I would rather go into a civil war than be with a country called a Fulani country that I don't have any hope.
Okay, quickly let me go to my brother Olusegun. I would like you to react to that in 2 to 3 minutes. When we're talking about the Fulani with their their feudal mindset of they don't think before they do, which we know that they are cooking some kind of attack against the ESN. They are cooking some kind of attack which actually lead out to Biafra worldwide. We saw the letter being passed from the presidency to the military and so on. So if it happens that these people come after us, so how do you think, or what kind of picture do you have in mind?
Yeah, thank you, Brother Najite. And me, this issue of a civil war, sometimes I wonder what else can be more horrible than the situation of Nigeria today. Most people who are in the south, because that contraption that was created can be more horrible than the situation. That contraption that was created by the by the British colonial masters, they know that it will not stand for the test of time. And as such, I would rather, like Yemi said, die in a civil war than live in this present Fulani gingerweed controlled Nigeria. To be frank with you, there is nothing as horrible as the situation of Nigeria today. If you go to the north, the ordinary people there are living in IDPs. The entire villages in the northeast has been overrun. Like Yemi rightly said, if you check out the countries in the world today that are in war, that are fighting war, Nigeria is one of them. So if you say you are afraid of a civil war that will keep you in, that will liberate you from this perpetual servitude, then you should die. They say, like what they say, cowards die many times before they are dead, actually. So there is no time anymore to show cowardice, because before the creation of ESN, it is this warmongering power that the North has used to subjugate everybody. That is why you see that the late Buhari said that attack on Boko Haram is attack on the North, when Jonathan was trying to fight Boko Haram head on. It was because they believe in violence. So if you fear violence and you live under these people, they will intimidate you to the extent that you will become hopeless and useless, as a typical Nigerian is today. But if you stand up for yourself, if you stand up for your children and for your unborn ones, for once, they will let you be. So I'm also standing on that fact that nobody is afraid of a civil war. In fact, Nigeria is at war with itself. So nobody should be afraid to say that it will be a conventional war again like it was before. What is going on now is a guerrilla warfare in Nigeria. There is a guerrilla warfare going on in Nigeria. Whether you like it or not, that is the position. The world knows about this. And if you as a Nigerian do not brace up and become courageous enough to stand up for your community, to stand up for your family, to stand up for yourself, then I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, my comrade, Donald. I appreciate you. I believe my brother Idudu would like to react to that for some few minutes, and our viewers, some people are on the comment section saying they have questions for our guests and for some of us here also. Please, the number to call is on the screen. Kindly call the number. You can call on direct line or WhatsApp. Oh my God! I even just I did get call for you. I don't know. I did get call for you since morning. I don't know. Make another vex. Okay, I think we have a caller online. Before we forge ahead again, hello caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Kene. I'm calling from Turkey.
Please, can you loud your voice? Can you loud your voice so that we can hear you clear? The people out there. Hello, my brother. Hello? Hello?
Good evening from here, brother.
Yeah, good evening. What is your name and where are you coming from? Hope you guys can hear you. You can hear the caller.
Yeah, my name is Kene, calling from Turkey.
Okay, Matthew, can you please raise your voice a little? Because it's very low here.
Can you hear me loud and clear now, please?
Yeah, I can hear you clear here. I'm talking about the people in the studio with us.
Okay. So, can they hear me? I actually want to ask a question to Yemi.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Yemi, I greet you, sir. Good evening.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, my question to Yemi is, I see the good work they are doing, the Oduduwa Republic people they are doing. We're seeing the work. And my concern is, how are you people going to confuse the Yoruba Muslims? You know, for me, I see the Yoruba Muslim as an obstacle in the restoration of Oduduwa Republic. How are you people going to convince them to understand the importance of having the Oduduwa Republic?
All right. Thank you very much. What I'll say is, everyone is affected as we speak right now, whether you're Muslim and whether you're Christian. A Fulani man does not believe in any Yoruba, Muslim, and I'll give you, so many, reason for that. They will not pray behind you. That means, they don't believe in that same doctrine that they have as those that are Yorubas. We understand that we have, vast amount of Yorubas that are living in the northern part of the country that still believe that, one way or the other, things will change. But the mindset of a Fulani man cannot be changed in 1,000 years. But let me come back to the question and try to answer it to my understanding. We've seen now that even as at my broadcast 2 days ago, where one of the Muslims came out to tell us what he saw in terms of the danger that is coming ahead. Again, we've been educating. We've been telling those at home, whether they are Christian or Muslims or those that do not believe in any of those religions, because we've got to remember we have our own traditional religion before the Christianity and the Muslim came on board as well. So the job that we've been doing is to make sure that we go into those communities. And as of yesterday in Kwara State, a lot of people believe Kwara is one of the biggest, threat, based on the history. And as of yesterday, I was watching when some of our team that are working tirelessly, going into some of those remote communities, speaking to them. I mean, we will call her an Elijah, with a scarf on, giving us a background of, why she believed that, a Yoruba nation should stand on their own. The question then I'm asking is, are the Muslims, the Yoruba Muslim, not affected in terms of the hunger? Are they not affected with security, the warfare? Yes, I understand that people think and believe that like I always say, we are still living in the in the dark age. We are taking the message down to the community that don't even have access to the Wi-Fi, and they are already accepting and believing that there is hope. And this is not the hope of the politics. This is a hope of a new freedom that will eventually allow us to perform who we are as the Creator has designed us for.
I think he answered the question. Your mic, Onajite.
Yeah, exactly. The caller was talking. Caller, can you repeat yourself again so that they can hear you from the studio?
Okay.
Oh.
I said the reason why I was asking the question about the Yoruba Muslim particularly is because I understand the ideology of Yoruba Muslim. They are always.
Wait, you said something about your wife. Can you just repeat that again?
Yes, my wife is a Yoruba. My wife is a Yoruba from Ekpe.
From Ekpe?
From Ekpe, yes. From Ekpe precisely. So I understand my wife's ideology believe in a new nation of Oduduwa Republic, and my wife is a Muslim. My wife is a Christian family. They understand the importance of Yoruba having their own nation. But the problem, most of the Muslim friends I have from the Yoruba nation, they don't always buy the idea of having a Oduduwa Republic because of their ideology, and they believe whatever the caliphate from the north, which is the what is it called, the emir from the north, they always believe is that whatever order that comes from there is what they key into. So that is why it's very important that you people need to work on those peoples, to make them to understand the importance of us, working together with the Eastern region, so we can be able to have a better nation for ourselves.
Thank you very much, caller.
My second question, this is my last question, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, my last question is, You see, there is this tribalistic problems, you know, for some people who don't understand you know, should I say, the game of the politician. So most of those things, I'm still asking to our Yoruba brother, I'm still asking the same question to him. So those politicians have already, you know, toyed with our brains. So we are not seeing each other as the problems. There's a guy I used to watch, a Yoruba guy, I used to watch his program. So this guy always believes that the problem they have is you know, the Igbo people particularly. So now my question is, how are you people going to meet these people to let them to understand that those strategies are being, you know, sold by the politicians, you know, to divide the common man, to divide, because the last time I checked, I don't see me having any problem with the Yoruba people.
So what is the question now? Please, my brother, we have time is not on our side.
My question is, how are they going to meet those people to let them know that we actually are one people, we don't have any problem to each other. But that's my last question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Mr. Kola, I believe you will react to that. But I still want the caller to understand one thing, that in this generation we have today, there is in fact, Mr. Kola, you just give an example where the
let me touch that, because that is a very gray area that has become, you know, the problem, and we leave the main focus of the Fulani that is taking all our resources and about to take our land. You know, I've said it and I'll say it again, you know, for those that probably have not seen me talking on a different platform that is mine, you know, compared to this platform, which I'm grateful to be here this evening. I have said it and I'll say it again. When we get our Yoruba nation, you know, our constitution and our, you know, and the ways of how we want to deal, you know, with everybody will be based on that constitution. If those are at that time, whether they're Biafra or the other part of the other countries that are going to be states living with us, do not align, you know, abide with the constitution, they have every reason to move, you know, to another, you know, part of the world, and they have to live with us based on our constitution. We shouldn't be shied away of that. We shouldn't be, you know, thinking that is not going to be a problem. The question the caller asked is, you know, I guess one of our, I don't want to mention his name, I know this individual. Look, we have every right to say whatever they want to say. But what I have said so many times is, when we have a constitution, as at the time, I've lived in Europe, you know, for the last 2 decades, and that means, you know, I'm abiding by the law and the law of this land. If I change the reason of living here by going against the law, there are 2 things. It's either I face the consequence, or they'll have to tell me to, you know, time for me to pack up and move back to wherever I decide is going to be more comfortable for me. So we shouldn't allow these, you know, issues that have happened in the past. We understand they are very boiling point, but what we are saying now is we must remain focused, because by doing that, you know, we will be able to achieve that freedom that we're asking for. Because what the Fulani want is a disunity between every one of us.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Koiki. I think we have another caller online. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abdul Oke. I'm calling from Location 419, specifically Adamawa, Yola, from Nigeria.
You are calling from Adamawa, Yola, from Nigeria. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you so much. I greet everyone at the studio. I want to especially our leader of the already elected country. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Yoruba Muslim. And I want to postpone the point that leader made. And I will add to the question the question will go loud. Just a
minute, please, my brother. A minute. Oh, Mr. Koiki, you can hear the caller.
Okay.
Hope you guys can hear the caller. Clear. Okay, go ahead.
I can hear him very clear, yeah.
Alright, so to confirm the point that quickly, actually, like it's about the point the last caller made about the river and our acceptance to the Yoruba nation. And we all know this is all about freedom. religion matter. We all are aware of it already. I have heard it from the church. In fact, it's the people of the Fulani.
Wow.
And I know we all understand that we are ready to listen about freedom and what's going on. And we are not subscribed to this phenomenon. So definitely it's obvious that not everybody will always at once affected it. That's why it is in other regions as well. Even I believe in the people that too. There are a lot of people from the Biafra who is yet able to believe in faith and station. Some of these are well everywhere in the middle belt as well as in the land. And we see after all the people who believe in one Nigeria. This is find it everywhere. But what they actually believe is that these are actually believe go with the foundation, go to the republic. And we are getting much more entity, I think. But it's all about religion matter. See, even witness the problem we are in. We know these people really don't want us. We don't really like it. We don't really like us. We don't accept us. This is not about religion. This is a matter of freedom. And what we want is freedom. And what we want is the people of the republic, the foundation, complete. So we're only trying to protect the point of our leader. And we have directly said it. Muslims, Christians, or with particular believers, this is not about religion, and we are all one. As a popular thing, everybody knows that in Yoruba land, we don't always have this religious problem. We are taught and we have religious tolerance. Even the other people know this, that in Yoruba land, there is religious tolerance.
Okay, thank you very much.
So this is not going to be any religious protest for our system around. Nothing like that. We are all one, and all we want is to that nation, no going back.
Exactly.
About the point again, like that, about the war. We have the war already. We have the war already. We are only waiting for something to spread it off. We have the war already. Whoever says there's no war, that's not what they're doing.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Hello, caller. Please, I would like you to round up so that our brother can respond to that.
That's the point. We have the war already. I just want to just get yourself to say, and we don't ourselves and get ourselves alive with further.
Thank you so much, my brother. Mr. Alayobi, I believe you can hear the caller loud and clear. He was talking, he said he's under your, I think he's one of your Oduduwa member. He's one of Oduduwa, he's an Oduduwa son. So, but I believe he is speaking in support of what you're saying. So, but before we go further, let me quickly pick a call, and I will want you to respond to that together. So, please, hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. What? Can you hear me? Not serious. So, Mr. Olayemi, I want you to react to that because, in fact, I believe the person that our brother, our Biafra was referring to is Adenika grandson. That is the guy he was referring to. Okay, I think the caller is back again. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. I'm Nancy. I'm calling from Germany. I just want to contribute to the program.
Okay, go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah. Just as the other of our brother said that how Oduduwa and Biafra is going to work hand in hand. It is time we need to forget our differences. Because the Fulani, all these criminals ruling the zoo called Nigeria, they intermarry. They don't care if you are from a northern or you are from you are an Igbo or you are whatever. They don't care. So it is time we come together and chase all these people away. We should come together as one. So that's just my own contribution. Let's forget the past or whatever.
Exactly.
We are from one father, one mother.
Exactly.
If we still check our DNA, we are from one father. We should forget people, Yoruba, this and that. We are still from one father. So I don't want to go further. Let me just stop on here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mr. Olayemi, do you want to react to that? or we pick another call.
Hello.
Okay, I think Mr. Olayemi is not yet ready. I think okay, he's having some kind of. Okay, hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm still here. I thought you wanted to pick another. I thought you wanted to pick another call.
Yeah, exactly.
My name is Roman. I'm calling from UK.
Please, can you come out louder, please?
My name is Romanus. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's clearer now. Romanus from UK. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, I want to thank you people for the work you are doing because we are just the new generation of the South are changing the narrative of yesterday.
Of course.
And I encourage every one of us to do the same, to propagate the message. You see, when you look at Nigeria, you always see that they say Northern Nigeria, but they never talk about South. You cannot see the Southerners coming together. So the British have educated them on the divide and rule, which is very sad in Nigeria. You can never see the Southern governors coming together. You can never see the Eastern governors coming together. Then you say South, East, kind of the useless division. So I just want to, there's a question I want to ask everybody in that forum now. Don't you think the Southerners do differently to foster understanding and embrace peace within ourselves in the South? When I say South, I mean Eastern and West. You know, as you people are just dealing with our brethren. So what other things do you think can be done differently to make sure that the South, the West and South, Eastern Nigeria work together as we have laws? It is not even joining the middle belt into them to get number because of game of number. You know, they have still middle belt status.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you so much. Let me quickly go back to the studio. I believe the caller should calm down small. So let me quickly go back to the studio. And you can also ask questions through the comment section, not until you call. You can ask questions through the comment section. We are monitoring everything you're commenting there. We are reading your comments. So you can ask questions through the comment section. So my brother Olayemi Koiki, I believe my colleague should just give me some minute here. The question the last caller asked, saying, what do you think the Southern and the Eastern can do together that is different from what we have been doing to be able to achieve our goal, which is freedom? What do you think we can do different as it is now in the struggle?
Well, I think what we can do more is probably what we have been doing now, which is what you engage and you also, I mean, you could have sat down and then decided not to engage. And I could have said, I didn't want to participate in this engagement, for whatever reason. But I think by now, people understand that the generation now is different from the different generation, that whatever the differences that they have. Just like I'm reading a comment that is coming from our YouTube channel here, and it says, the Yoruba and the Igbo politicians are not ready to face the EFCC. They are ready to compromise with the Fulani federal government. So the question is, should we leave things as it is because of this hatred that people think that might be between us and the Igbo, and then we give the power to the Fulani that are minority? Let's go back to when I wanted to get into the secondary school. I mean, whatever your cutoff mark is, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is still going to be far below the person in the northern part of the country that will get into a school that you will never allow to go into. Let's go to those of you that have gone to university in Nigeria, because I never in Nigeria. Then again, a citizen or someone from the south will not be allowed to get into Unilag. but then somebody coming from the north will give the preference to get into Unilag. The question we are saying is, let us understand that the danger that we are facing now, that means generation to come will have to pay heavy price if we refuse to do it now. We've seen people write different presentation. We've seen people travel around the world, to tell us that we are in danger, and that danger means we must stop it now before it goes into the next line. Let's come back again to look at statistics and numbers. Presently, as we speak, Nigeria is also part of the country within Africa where the jihadis are now thinking is another land for them to conquer. And that means if we refuse to do so, we are literally following the same agenda like Uthman Dan Fodio. He also dreamt about 200 years ago, when he was alive, which we've done a presentation on that. He had a dream that everything that he has been able to conquer with blood spilled all over the place would not last more than 200 years. That 200 years elapses in 2004. Let's go back to the amalgamation. The amalgamation itself ended in 2014. So what we need now is we need a nation. Like I always say, Nigeria has become a dent that have damaged our name. And as long as you have a British passport, you're still thinking that you have a Nigerian heritage in you, then that name will become dent and dent and dent. Whether you live in Nigeria, whether you live outside the country, let us unite. Let us fight this once and for all. What can we do more? We create more awareness like this. People probably will watch it from different parts of the globe. We come into the fora, we discuss our differences, but the main focus is the Fulani that is controlling. I've said this so many times. I'm not scared to say this country, Great Britain, is behind the whole mess. And they will understand that if we tolerate it more, that means we are giving another generation more power to control us. And that is what I will say for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Quickly, let me go to my brother, Olusegun. Please, I want you to quickly touch the area of being united or not being united, because we believe this generation have play a different role. In fact, they change the ball game entirely. Just like an example which my brother Olayomi Koiki just gave. He said about the issue of Ilorin precisely. So because these people they haven't heard the message, they haven't seen anyone who bring this good news to them. So they don't have the idea of what is going on as we speak, because they are limited to some stuff in terms of internet and every other stuff. So what do you think we should do more? To make sure that we engage all these common people, these people who doesn't have the access to internet and every other thing. So I want you to quickly react to that so that we can forge ahead, because we are about to be rounding up. We don't have much time in our side, so we can still pick one or two calls before we do.
Yes, thank you for having me again, and thank you also for keeping on. The truth about it is not far-fetched. The matter is very clear for everybody to see that this generation is rewriting history. This generation is making the difference we have sought all this while to be made. The fact that Nigerian state divided us doesn't mean that we don't know our brothers when we see them. It doesn't mean we don't know our friends when we hang out with them. People will say, hey, let them go and unite first. Let them go and unite first before they can do anything. But to be frank with you, this generation is more united than anybody can imagine. The reason why I say so is that, am I coming out? Are you hearing me? The reason why I say so is that this generation, as you can see with the NSAS protest, has overgrown the tribalistic tendency Nigeria is using to divide us. This is because
We have suffered together. We have aspired to be better together, and that the Nigerian state has deprived us all together. And as such, this generation has made a unity something of heart. I mean, we are united in heart. Even though the Nigerian state tried to divide us by the state structures, by her segregation policies, by ethnicity as a means of divide and rule. But this generation, I tell you, from what I see, and from those I've talked to, and from those that are working to see that every indigenous people in that contraction card Nigeria is liberated.
Thank you very much, my brother. Sorry for interruption. I think we have a caller online. I believe that this will be the second to the last call for today, so that we can quickly hit the point, because I still have a lot of things to discuss with our brother online, Koiki, so that at least our people can hear the rest from him, from one of the leaders of Oduduwa movement. So, hello, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from London. Onyebuchi by name.
Okay, go ahead, Onyebuchi.
Okay, wants to thank all of you for your efforts towards Biafra restoration.
Thank you very much, Onyebuchi. You have 2 minutes, please.
Okay. So I just wanted to ask Olayi some questions.
Go ahead.
Regarding Oduduwa. Now, my question is this. We all know that our politicians from Yoruba, the Eagles, the Niger Delta, they have been impediment towards our freedom because of their political gains. They are aligned with the policy to sabotage our collective aspiration. Now, when you look at the scenario playing out, you will understand very clearly that IPOG is going out to right the wrong and do the right thing so that we can have our freedom. So the formation of ESN is a testament to this. But then, when I look at the Oduduwa agitation, I still see their alignment to politicians. For instance, the pro-Oduduwa agitator will tell you that they are solidly behind Professor Kintoye.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother. Hello, are you there? Hello, caller. I think that we lost the caller. Okay, my brother only said, Donald, go ahead. And
Thank you. Yes, thank you. So I was trying to explain, or should I say, make my point clear, that the very issue or foundation of Nigeria has been destroyed by the very people, the colonialists who created Nigeria left it for. They destroyed it totally because they knew, like they used to say in Delta State, or especially in it is a popular saying in the Nigerian civil service that say, "Na your papa walk." Nigeria belongs to nobody. Nobody would fight for Nigeria except for the Fulani Janjaweed, who, of course, we have been handed over, who, of course, the British handed over Nigeria to. And don't you forget that these were the same people who refused to be independent from the colonial masters. So you understand that this generation of Biafrans and Oduduwas understand the situation we are in, that it is no longer business as usual. These same persons who are in charge of Nigeria have now made it a point of duty to take every part of Nigeria to be their own. And of course, it is not like that. It cannot be like that. This is the reason why the issue of unity cannot be overstretched. Or every Biafran in this generation and every Oduduwa in this generation understand the threat for which we are facing, and we know that working together will bring us the freedom and the development and the liberty for which we desire and want. So nobody should talk about unity, disunity among us, because there is none. The events of the creation of Nigeria through the activities of the state called Nigeria have made us to realize that it is either we unite or our lands will be taken away from us. Our heritage will be hijacked and will be left to be servitudes in our own land, which cannot happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Donald. Before we ask Mr. Alayomi Koiki, because I have a very important question which is somehow personal to me, but you can choose not to answer, and you can still choose to answer. But before we come to you, Mr. Alayomi Koiki, we have a caller which I want our brother Oduduwa to address. Hello, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Yeah, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? You have 2 minutes, please.
My name is Osondu. Okay, my name is Osondu, calling from Pakistan.
Okay, go ahead, Osondu.
Are you hearing me?
Go ahead, Osondu.
Okay, brother. I want to thank you people for what you are doing. It's not easy. Keep on educating our people because it's not an easy task. God bless you for all.
Thank you.
Hello?
Okay, hello. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Gabriel.
Okay, Mr. Gabriel, go ahead. I have 2 minutes.
How do you come here?
Go ahead, Mr. Gabriel.
I am very happy to see our brother from Biafra and our brother from Oduduwa. This is not for one platform. This is not my everything. Because one hand, the letter, these 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 arms, that's God, the God is reason why we're speaking like that. So one hand cannot clap up. It's only 2 hands, only 2 eyes. When you look at this European country here, you can only see our brother, Biafra brother, and Oduduwa brother. So then you have to go from North. I think it's very difficult. This is the reason why we need to fight together.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean?
Exactly.
Thank you so much for this program. We want this type of this program to continue from time to time to time that we get our independence.
Of course.
Both Oduduwa and Biafra nation, we are all brothers. Even when we got our independence, we don't need to give boundaries for our boundaries. There is no need and cause misunderstanding.
Of course.
Because the two sides, we are well educated.
Of course.
Thank you so much, brother. I am very happy to give you a call for this program.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my brother Oduduwa, can you please react to that? Or you have something which you've already judged that you like to react to, but I would like you to still react to the caller, and please kindly do that within few 3-4 minutes so that we can further ahead.
Thank you very much. It's nothing. How will I even put it? It's something that is on the open. It's on the open already. You know, there is a saying that they say that replying. I want to address the issue of the brother called and talk about religion. First of all, we have to take religion aside. Okay, we should find our freedom, because if you don't have freedom, you can't practice your religion. So in other words, what I'm trying to say instead is that if you are Oduduwa Muslim, because that was what the caller was saying, it's just like as a Christian from Biafra land, and a Fulani Christian, which of course I don't believe we have any Fulani Christian, and a Fulani Christian is coming to your land to kill your brother and sister because you are a Christian with a Fulani Christian. Would that give you, the how will I say it? Whatever love you're sharing with your Fulani Christian to kill your own people just because of religion? It's a thing of think twice. It's a thing of think twice. If you are a Christian, ask yourself, and a Fulani is a Christian, and Fulani are calling me into Christian community to kill Christians, will you say that because Fulani are your fellow Christian that you will not stand with the people to fight for your freedom? So that's a question I will put out to every Muslim out there. If you're a Yoruba person, you are a Muslim, Fulani are Muslim, or because Muslims, Fulani are Muslim, are you going to allow them to come and kill your own Yoruba people because you are a Muslim with the Fulani? But don't forget that you need freedom to practice your own religion. Don't forget what the Caliphate, the Fulani Janjaweed, are doing to people in Zamfara, in Meduguri, the people in the northern part of the zoo. Don't forget what Fulani are doing to them. You're coming together with them to practice religion. They don't look into that. They don't even see you as one of them. In fact, they are doing this one Nigeria because they have not paved their way through. If they pave their way through, they will deal with you and they will deal with everybody mercilessly. So that is my own point in that aspect. So I believe in God is enough for the wise. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you very much, my brother Prof. Idudo Viemono. Yeah, I think we have a caller from Georgia. Hello, caller. What is your name?
Okay. My name is Jerry.
Okay, Jerry, go ahead. You have 2 minutes, please.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify an issue here. I know. So about what we are speaking on from the self-determination.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to be seeking self-determination, meaning that maybe there was an agreement or you were in a union, and then you no longer want to be in that union anymore. So you cannot use a different name from the name that you have in a union. So to be seeking self-determination. So the point I'm trying to make is that the 1960 Constitution, that's the legal constitution Nigeria has. The 1999 Constitution is a fraudulent constitution because it wasn't the people that agreed on it. It was the military, which is the legal government. They are illegal military. So that brought the constitution. So the real constitution was the 1960 Constitution, and the regions that made up that constitution is Eastern region, Western region, and Northern region. So, if any of the regions want to seek self-determination because maybe the agreement has been truncated, you can't just be using a different name. So, like I've been commenting here, it can't be seeking self-determination with Oduduwa or Biafra, because that name is not in that constitution. So you will use the name that is in the constitution, say, okay, we the people of Eastern region don't want to be in this union because we are dealing with international community. It's not self-determination or it's not a social media thing or something that is shouted on the street. You got to make your case. So when you say you are seeking self-determination, they're going to ask you for where? You say from Nigeria. So when like if you have an agreement, you have a name in that agreement, then something went on, you want to go out from that agreement. You're not going to be using a different name. They're going to ask you, this name you are called is not in this agreement. So that's why.
Yes, if I may ask you, if I may understand you, what you're saying in essence is that we shouldn't have been using the name Oduduwa or Biafra to move out from that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay, now my question to you, my question to you now is there anybody, what were you before Nigeria was created? That's first. And number two is there anybody that came out, is there any race in Nigeria that came out to sign an agreement to come together and agree to sign either 1999 or whatever?
Okay, 1999,
Yeah.
nobody, that's why I said it's a fraudulent constitution. It's not
Okay, good. Then go back to my hello, caller, please. I want us to round up. Please, quickly go back to my first question. What were you called before Nigeria was created? By Lord Lugard and his girlfriend, Flora Shaw.
Whatever you were called, was it documented?
Of course. If it is not documented,
Mazi,
you can't go.
Mazi, let me tell the caller to hold on. Tell the caller to hold on.
Before we are in the union. So that's why
I want to ask you a question. How old is Nigeria?
How old is Nigeria?
Yeah.
Nigeria got the independence in 1960.
So before the independence and after the independence, how old is Nigeria?
Let me address this caller. Allow me.
What currency were you using?
I just asked you a question. How old is Nigeria before the independence?
It was amalgamated 1914, right?
Okay.
The southern region and the northern, the southern protectorate.
Which means Nigeria is about it's now about 100 and I think 106 years old. If I'm not mistaken. No, the question I'm now asking you, listen, caller. The question I'm asking you now is, what will you call? What your grandfather called before Nigeria was created? And I believe your grandfather had an identity, which I believe your grandfather will senior Nigeria in age. If I'm right. So what's your grandfather?
There's no doubt about that. What I'm saying is,
so
if the opportunity based on the union called Nigeria, you gotta use the net on the union. But when you get yourself, you can answer any net.
I think what the caller is trying to.
Caller, hold on a minute. I think we have somebody who wants to respond to you.
I think what the caller is trying to say, I could understand the point the caller is trying to come out from. Like I always say as well, we are not speaking to ourselves here. We are speaking to the international community. I understand that we have even, people from different parts of the world that are also watching. But the caller is trying to bring us back to, what actually brought us as a union. We understand we were somewhere before the union, which we can address. But this same union itself, from what the caller is saying in the 1999 Constitution, is not something that we can take to the bank as of today. So that means the 1999 Constitution is a fraud. That's number one. The union that joined us together in 1960 has literally collapsed in 1966 after the coup. So that means if we are talking to the international community, we should be putting that fact as well. Does not mean we cannot call ourselves Biafra. Does not mean we cannot call ourselves, the Yoruba or the Oduduwa. And I think that is what the caller is just trying to explain.
Yeah, because the point the caller was making is that we should not use the name Biafra. We should not call ourselves Biafra, or we should not call ourselves Oduduwa. Okay, my brother Dudu, unmute yourself and say something. Just 2 minutes, please.
Anyway, let me just make it snappy. I think I understand the caller very well. He's trying to say that we're supposed to call ourselves Biafra or Oduduwa. We should have used the Constitution of Nigeria to hold them accountable that, look, it's also session, we want to pull out. But this is the problem I have with Nigeria and a typical, I don't want to use it anyway, a typical African black person. He knows, I don't know where he's from, either he's a Biafra or Oduduwa, I don't know where he's from. But he knows that Nigeria, that will not even look into your insecurity issue. Nigeria that will not even if they kill 1 million people today in Nigeria. Nigeria government is not ready to look into it in the next 100 years. You are talking to Nigerians that they should go into their chamber and look into the constitution so that we can separate. This is the problem. How can you think like this? It will not even work. Even if you just like come down, it will not work. They are not ready to even look into the constitution to make any adjustment that will favor you or me. That is why we want to take it by force, because they say the kingdom of God suffered violence. It's only the violence one that take it by force. Keep on pampering your freedom until you be wiped out.
And
thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother Dudu. And trust me, caller, if the constitution, either the old one or the new one, well, no matter anyone you're referring to, if it's functioning or it's working, by now, believe me, and even all of us will be here saying all these things. So everybody will have been free for long. So they themselves, they understand that the constitution is not working. So thank you very much, caller.
Okay, I want to ask you one more question. Did you guys understand that the constitutional force majeure has been declared on 16th of December? And do you understand what that meant?
Come again,
Yes.
Constitutional force majeure.
Okay.
Have been declared in Nigeria on 16th of December.
Who declared it?
Did you hear this Professor Akintola that was saying that they want to have it? Is it Akintola or what? The professor?
Professor Akintola.
What are they all about?
Yes.
Yes. Can I ask him to? Can I ask him?
Hello.
Yeah, somebody wanted to say something.
Okay. You said you want to say something.
Yes, I wanted to say, is he talking about the 90 days ultimatum given to the federal government to disband or cancel the 1999 constitution that they are operating on now? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about, yes.
Yeah, actually, just recently, I watched an interview on Channels Television where they were interviewing the proponents of that order. And in fact, to be frank with you, people like us who are seeking for self-determination and the liberation of our places from the contraction, from the British-created Zoological Republic of Nigeria, are in agreement with them, because anything that will bring to the disbandment and destruction of that zoo called Nigeria, we agree with that in total, because the liberation of our place will follow that kind of thing. So what I'm saying is this: we have heard of that, we have heard of so many things that are coming up now. People are now speaking out. People are speaking, people are saying that yes, the constitution is our problem. People are identifying a lot of problems that has held Nigerian down. But the most important part of it is, are the people they are talking to listening? You will see that a certain professor too from the north have said that disintegration core is just a metric. You can imagine their kind of psychic. You can imagine how they think. So if those who have realized that the 1999 constitution borrowed from the decree that was also borrowed from what you call the independent constitution, what you might be calling the independent constitution is not necessarily a constitution that was agreed upon by the east and by the north and by the west, as the caller put it before. The constitution of Nigeria has an history. If you go and check the history of Nigeria constitution, you will see that it was borrowed from Leighton constitution, those ones that were already in use in the UK before the colonialists stepped into their foot into our land. They borrowed some of those British laws, especially those laws made, not actually a law, it's actually those British citizens who were colonizing Nigeria. They made those laws, and those laws were written in their name. like the Littleton, the Clifford Constitution, all those constitutions. If you go and look at Nigerian constitutional history, you will see that it was given to the names of Nigerian colonial leaders, because it was actually those laws they made in their bedroom to subjugate us. It was those laws that were adopted and readopted until they got to when the Fulani hijacked power and gave us a decree. It is that the same decree that was adopted in 1999 as the 1999 Constitution. So, looking at the Nigerian constitutional history, one would not say that nobody should call himself a Biafran or an Oduduwa, but rather go and call himself Eastern or Western region. Come to think of it, who created those regions? Was it our people who came out and said, call us Eastern region? Or it was the creators of Nigeria, the intruders, the colonialists, who said, hey, you are Eastern region, and you are Northern region, and you are this, and decide to amalgamate them. So all those things should not be put into consideration when original peoples of the land are standing up for themselves. We don't want to consider those useless constitution or hopeless constitution. If they say it is their problem, look, they are planning to go and hold 2023 election under the same constitution. The different states are calling for local government election. Under what constitution? Under the same constitution. So what they are doing is their own. What we are saying is, whatever thing that will destroy the zoo which has held us captive, we welcome it. Thank you very much.
Very much, my brother, Mr. Donald. And I believe the caller is okay with that. So let me quickly go to because we are about to round up the program, and I believe you see, even my WhatsApp, they have jammed the line. So we're about to round up the program. Lastly, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, of course, we have a lot to discuss, but because of our time, and I think we just have to do it little. So as we can. So lastly, you can choose not to answer, like I said earlier. You can choose not to answer the question, as I said earlier, and you can also choose to answer the question. So, Mr. Olayemi, there's this controversial issue on ground about the Ile-Ife, ibi tí ojúmọ́ ti ń mọ́, and the Oba of Benin. The current Oba of Benin, in fact, the throne of Benin Kingdom and Ile-Ife. What do you understand about the Oba of Benin and Ile-Oduduwa, Ile-Oduduwa? That is, what do you understand in your own understanding or in your own confirmation research? What do you understand about Oba of Benin and Ile-Oduduwa?
I will just answer based. I will answer based on my own little knowledge, and I mean that does not mean that I have the full understanding. And now that you talked about it, is always a point of research as well. I guess what we need to understand is there's a lot of lineage, there's a lot of history. Some of this history has been kind of distorted in a way. And that means, the reason why, a lot of people get a little bit of, the Benin Kingdom and the Ile-Ife, which you've just tried to, put like a narrative. I guess, there's something that has a lineage. There's something that has a link between the both. But definitely, like I said, it is what still look into, so that when the next time I'm here again on your show, I'll be able to address it properly. But one thing we've got to understand is, the question of whether that is an issue on the table, definitely, maybe, or maybe not. But one thing we've got to remember is our freedom that has been held bondage for a very long time is from the caliphate. And I've said it, and I'll say it here again: the Sultan of Sokoto is the one taking the shot with Babangida, and until we take ourselves out of this, two individuals that are controlling, with the backing of the British, that means we will continue to be a slave. It doesn't matter, whether those that believe in the Biafra, those that believe in the Those that do not believe in Biafra, do not believe in in the Yoruba or the Oduduwa, or those that do not believe in the Middle Belt. And like Olisa said, I have said it so many times, Nigeria is a big elephant and we must kill it from every angle.
Of course. Lastly, my brother Idudu, what do you think about the Lekki and Obibo massacre? The case, how they handle the case. In fact, the investigation starting from the one they are doing in Lagos and the one in the international domain. So how do you think, how can you rate this procedure of everything going on? Please take the mic. Hello?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the killing that took place. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I think you will react to that also, please.
Yeah. Okay. In my little way of reaction towards it, I think enough is not being done. There is one thing our leader Mazinandi Kano used to say that Obama was in the White House for 8 good years, and he did not do anything for black people. And you are expecting Donald Trump to do something for you that he's a white man. You have not done much for yourself. You are expecting somebody who is not related to you in any way to do much for you. That's the black mentality, that we need to work on individually. Then coming to my, why am I saying this? In essence, that we are, really, having so much hope on the international community to take to intervene. Which of course is also their duty to look into the international laws and to know what to do. But we as a people, we're supposed to do something, So why did I bring the first quote I bring into this? You have a zoo called Nigeria where, lawlessness is the order of the day, corruption is the order of the day. People get killed and they don't get justice for it, and even after the massacre in Obibo, that some little Hitler might like to refer to as Igbo, whatever they call it, Igbo is inside it, and it's Igbo people that is inhabiting that particular territory. The one that happened in Lekki, the one that happened in Lekki was combination of all tribe. The people that were being killed, nobody knows how many are Yoruba, how many are Isoko, how many are Orobo, and how many are Ijos, and how many are Igbos, and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, we have a lousy government being controlled by Fulani Janjaweed that they are the one in charge of taking any drastic action that will have any meaning. So when Yoruba's political elites who will want justice to take place, they don't have the power. They are puppets. The same thing applicable to Biafran's politician who's supposed to write or take action in the parliament, in the Senate, and in the Rep to bring this issue on board. That although whatever the problem might be, maybe the people have overreacted, but why would they kill people? The same, the Eastern politicians or the how would I put it, the Biafran politicians, they are also puppets. They are lazy. They are weak as hell knows. And that is why when one of the callers called in, he was saying that we're supposed to look into the constitution. For the constitution, we have to say the Easterners are pulling out, the Westerners are pulling out. A constitution, you're talking about constitution, to look into another constitution where hundreds of people have been massacred. They have not been looked into. That is why we need to fight and take it by force. So why we hope for or wait for the international community to do what they need to do? We as the people are supposed to be doing something also. We're supposed to be pressing our leaders very hard. We have to push them to take action. So like I say, enough is not being done. And everybody, like as we are saying, our voice are also needed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Before I hand over the mic to Mr. Olayomi Koiki, I think we have the last caller online. Please, caller, tell us your name and where you're calling from. And you have 2 minutes, please.
Okay, my brother. I want to thank you, my brother.
Your name, where you're calling from.
My name is Chimaeze. I'm calling from Indiana, in the United States of America.
Go ahead, Chimaeze.
Yes. I want to thank you, my brother, the coordinator. I want to thank you, Dudu. I want to thank you, Donald, and my Yoruba brother there. there is somebody who called and mentioned that a group is trying to bring down Nigerian constitution, correct? So he's saying that, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's saying that a group we call it constitutional something. I don't know the exact word he used, but that group is LNC, run by Tony Nnadi, and that is a propaganda. Tony Nnadi and his group, they cannot bring down Nigerian constitution. They just Nigerian government 90 days to do that. But everybody knows that is propaganda from Tony Nnadi. He and his group, INC, cannot bring Nigerian constitution down. And I want to tell you this. In that article that Tony Nnadi and his group posted, he mentioned Professor Adeyinka Akintola from Yoruba land. And the secretary of Afghanistan wrote back to him and said that his group should stop using the prominent name of Nigerian people for things that he did not say his answer. It must be said that his signatories are doing. So that is the propaganda from that LNC. It's not true. So the Yoruba Forum, the Middle Belt Forum, the South Forum, the Southeast Forum, that is claim that they are with him, they have moved to him back and said he should stop his SMSing with people's names. And they kept propagating that everybody is with them, that Yorubas are with them, these are with them, but that's not true. Then the second thing I want to ask my brother Jonas and the CTP and the coordinator of the is how are you guys pushing so that our coastal region brothers, the agitation for Biafra will penetrate? Because this is my own personal opinion. This will end up, like say, election boycott. If election boycott comes to this, in our coastal region,
You need to be running up now, my brother. Okay, go ahead.
yes, sir, yes. So how are we penetrating them so that something like election boycott comes, they will adhere to that? Thank you very much and God bless. Bye-bye.
May God bless you. I really love you. I could have given you the whole time to speak because you're spoken well. So thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Olayomi, I believe you're going to react to that, which is in the issue of when you're going to make your contribution in the issue of Professor Adeyinka reacting to what Tony Nnadi of LNC was saying. So I want you to react to that. Then I believe our comrades will react to the last question, which the caller asked. What are we doing in the coastal region? And I believe we have a lot of answers for that. So over to you. My brother Olayomi Koiki.
Thank you very much once again, and to all our viewers that are watching from around the world. I'd like to appreciate you one more time. I guess let's leave sentiment to one side. Whatever the issues that I believe the Biafra have, with Tony Nnadi, let's put that to one side. Even Olisa agrees that whatever can bring down.
Please, it is not the leader of Biafra. The guy called Tony Nnadi.
I'm saying he's the leader. I never said he's the leader. I never mentioned that he's the leader of the Biafra. I know who the leader of the Biafra is, if you have listened to me. What I'm saying is whatever the issue that the Biafra have with him, which I know there are some issues that they have, even Olisa agreed that, whatever can bring down Nigeria is what we should all work towards. Whether the federal government listen or not, we all understand. Even my brother on the other side did mention that, the government is not going to listen to what they've said, but it is still part of the pressure. Nigeria is like a pressure cooker at the moment right now. And we are making sure that, the heat continue on it until it all fall apart. And then when it fall apart, we can all then decide, how we want to move forward. What the 90 days, the proclamation that came out on the 16th of December, which will elapse on the 16th. We also have, and I believe, we also have, as I speak to you right now, interview going on with our leader, Professor Banji Akintoye, who is also, part of that, constitutional major. Again, I've talked about it. It's still part of that, union that came up, even though we know everything is fraudulent, but let's just look at it from the 1960s. Everything collapsed after 1966. The 1999 Constitution, as we speak right now, does not even serve any Nigerians in the first place. So the government is not going to respond to that, but it is still part of the pressure that can be used, towards, the total self-determination of each of the regions to make sure that, we break away from Nigeria. I don't see the federal government responding to that, but again, it's part of the pressure. What we are doing now is part of the pressure. What, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is part of the pressure. What everybody would do to make sure that we will not become a slave under the Fulani and the next generation, we must do whatever it takes. We must spend our money. We must spend our time. We must engage, just like what we are doing right now. I'm sure, this time last year, nobody will ever have thought that a Yoruba man will sit down right now discussing the platform to break away from Nigeria. And I say we're doing the right thing and we must continue to do so.
Before you leave the mic, quickly react to the issue of the Lekki toll gate, please.
Oh yes, I mean, definitely injustice have been taking place. Whatever the outcome, we will still have to review so many cases. I've lived outside the country for over 2 decades, and sometimes I wonder why people, in this country still want to get justice for cases that have taken place as far back as 70, in the 70s and the 60s. It's because that is the only way they can heal the wound. So whatever the outcome, the justice itself will still come back when we eventually have a better nation. But what we have now is called a shamble, and you'll never get a result out of that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Quickly, let me go to my comrade, Olise Donald. I want you to quickly react to the last question the caller asked before we give our closing remark and we end the program. Quickly react to the last question. The question is, what are we doing what is this team doing for the coastal region to make sure that we are able to meet up with the interland region.
Yes, thank you very much. Sometimes it might look like the coastal region and where they call South today, or some people who don't know what we are doing. But the fact remains that IBOB family is saturated across Biafra land. And that does not limit or exempt the coastal region of Biafra land. Take, for instance, Delta State. In Delta State, we have IBOB families across Delta State, even include to all local government, up to all villages. Now, what that means is that people know what we are doing. Our people know that it is time to leave that contraction called Nigeria. What you might be seeing now is because those who are working with the Fulanis to serve Nigeria have the loudest mouth, and they have been the one jumping around. This is the reason why we are asking and calling for referendum. The moment a referendum is conducted, even the zoo called Nigerian handlers, they know that everyone in Delta State will vote to join their brothers and sisters in the interland as Biafra land. That is Biafra land. But they will not allow that to happen. That is why we are mobilizing our people to take the other alternative, because it is said that when you do not allow peaceful revolution, violent revolution is inevitable. So we have asked them that for you to prove your word that South or Niger Delta is not Biafra, conduct a referendum. But they have refused because they obviously know what is. They know what is the obvious answer to that. That our people will vote to go back and join their people before they were divided by Nigeria state. So having said that, if he wants to ask what are we doing as a team, I will tell him that what we are doing right now is one of the many things we have been doing, educating and re-educating our people, reorientating our people from the disorientation that Nigerian government have sold to them. We are also making sure that every of our people understand what IBOB and this President Biafra represent, that it represents the autonomy of all our communities, all our nations, all the indigenous people in Biafra land, all the provinces in Biafra land are autonomous. And even inside IBOB, they have started exhibiting it. That is why you see that every IBOB family is independent of the state, even if we are under chain of command and control. I wouldn't want to say much about that here because some of our enemies are there looking for what we are doing so that they can use it against us. But then I must tell you that if you see people like us coming out to speak, we are speaking on behalf of our people. It is not until the zoo, it is not like the zoo do their selection and tell you that this person is your leader. In IBOB, or should I say in the new Biafra we are restoring, people are free to represent their people until we get Biafra and conduct a democratic election. We that we are seeing here are representing our people. Just like a lot of us are in different capacity, working in different capacity under IBOB to make sure that Biafra is restored. So it is not just that we are here talking. A lot of people are doing what is supposed to be done to make sure that Biafra is restored. And they are surprisingly from the coastal region of Biafra land. Thank you very much.
My brother, thank you so much for that enlightenment. Let me quickly go to my brother, Idudo Viemono. Kindly, put more light to that so that our people can understand what this team has been doing on the ground and what is about to happen in Oakland.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mazi Olise Donald have said it all, pertaining that aspect, and I will come again. There's something mysterious about black people. Like our leader used to say that if you go to heaven, we ask God that how did if I'm waiting input for black man brain, as in because there's different are there to see between the Caucasian, the India, the Arab, and the black. The one of black people is something mysterious. I can't even believe that for our freedom we have to come every day and be shouting and be educating, our people, for them to know the needful. To know, I can't even believe that some of us have even read about Usman Dan Fodio and his message to his Janjaweed caliphate to overrun everybody and take the land for themselves. And still yet, after reading that, they are seeing what he told them, playing or raveling in their own eyes. It's unfolding on daily basis. Still yet, some people still want us to still be preaching to them. I'm talking about generally right now. I know where I'm going. An entire zoo put together, all the contraction. We have to be shouting, trying to educate them. And still yet, some people will still be having the guts to be insulting people. And when we are very harsh in our way, some people say that, we are too insulting. In other words, what I'm trying to say, like I said, at least I've said it all. Our leader has said something that the Eastern Security Network is being put in place. Support them with all your heart, but if you think that you cannot support them, stay away. Just give way, because if you don't give way, anything you say, you manage it. In other words, to conclude my point, we have been chatting. We have been trying to educate them. And those who want to be adamant, let them continue to be adamant. And those who want to follow the corpse to the grave, they will follow the corpse to the grave. And we move. Just like even when Jesus Christ came, when he was preaching, everybody did not believe in him. Even when Prophet Muhammad of the Islamic religion was preaching, also everybody does not believe in him. So we keep on preaching and we keep on educating our people, and we believe we are getting to our destination. Everybody must not believe, but we are going to, arrive on our destination. And our destination is Biafra. Nothing is going to stop it. It's either Biafra or we all perish. There's no need to live without us being free. We don't live like monkey or people who are slaves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prof. Let us quickly give a closing remark, so that we can round up the program. Just a minute, my brother Olusedona, just pass a message so our brother Molayomi Koiki will round it up for us. Over to you, Olise. Just a closing remark. A minute, 2 minutes, we are done.
Yes, thank you. My closing remark would first of all want to be a big thank you to our brother Yemi for finding that time among his tight schedule to join us today. I would want us to keep this forum, this meeting again once more. And also to our listeners, please share this video. It is important our people hear what we have to say. In every platform you are, share the video to them. Even those of you who don't agree with what we are saying, come next call us on phone, and then we can discuss these issues. If you have the superior reason, like I always say, we will follow you. We will abandon us and follow you, because what we are doing here is for the betterment and for the upliftment of our people. Thank you very much for having me, and remain blessed.
Thank you so much. Oduduwa, please quickly unmute yourself and give your closing remark so that we can handle.
I'll thank my closing remark goes this way. Thanks to everybody that's watching, Oduduwas, Biafrans, and lovers of freedom. And especially to our guest today, Mr. Olayomi, who happens to be from the Oduduwa nation. Where I'm so really, honored and also happy to have you in this platform today. I must say that I really, admire your courage and your doggedness, and in fact, but I don't really know where to put it together. But even you look very stubborn for this, I must say. So thank you, and we hopefully, see how it goes in the future. Probably we could have one or two also, if it needs to be, So thank you very much, and thank to everybody that is listening. And at the end of the day, all I'm going to say is this: if you are a Biafran and you are there, you are listening, please try to join IPOB. Why did I say this? Let me just round up. The last caller that called in, I was asking that, what have we been doing? These people are just there. Some people say, give us Biafra. What have you done? Some of you have not even in IPOB to fund it. Okay? We are all ASN. Eastern Security Network. Either you are in the bushes, you are in the villages, you are in the town, or you are on the social media. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Biafra will hail thee. Yeah, over to you, Mr. Aishi Olayomi Koiki. Over to you. Yeah.
Thank you to all our viewers around the world, wherever you've joined us. We'd like to appreciate your time with us. I would like to quickly thank the host, for giving me the opportunity to sit down, with a very, gentlemen, that have, the power and the zeal to make sure that everybody has the freedom. And I always say as well to those that have not done anything, we can still do something, no matter how small it is, whether you are the Biafra, whether you are even the Arewa. It's time for us to look at each other and say, look, this is not going to work. It does not matter, whether, the politician thinks that it will work. I've said it and I'll say it again. We will not hold election in 2023. That is number one. Also, for how long will this continue? It is better to kill this dying nation before it kills us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, and I thank every one of you, my comrades, Oduduwa, and Comrade Olusedona. I respect you guys a lot, and of course, my brother. I don't call him my guest, so my brother, my how should I put it, Mr. Olayomi? So, Baba Idisheshe. So, I appreciate every one of us because we have the same mindset, and we all are targeting one goal, which is freedom. It has no any other name. Either you call it Oduduwa, you call it Biafra. It is freedom. We all want freedom, and this simple or this single agenda have brought us together to speak and to educate our people. And lastly, before we go, I will also say thank you to our viewers. Keep on sharing the program even after we end the program. Keep on sharing the program. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa Republic. And may God bless everyone on this platform today. He said, till next week, Sunday, we'll be coming back to you again.